Let's look now at the way in which Luke presents healing in his second volume, and that is in the Acts of the Apostles. So healing, the activity of healing, is described in Acts with the language of power, signs, and wonders. So that's something different than the gospel. That's not the same language that's always used to describe what Jesus does, but it is used for describing what the apostles do. Now, in Acts, as in Luke, healing is seen as evidence of God's power with the apostles. So for Luke, writing as it is to Theophilus and maybe to others to demonstrate that God's presence is with the church as it was with Jesus, and that his power is with the church, these signs of healings, these demonstrations of healings are an indication of the apostles having access to that divine power. Luke also strives to parallel the apostles' healings with Jesus' healings. So, for instance, you have the raising of Tabitha, that parallels with Jesus' raising of Jairus' daughter. Or you'll have the healing of the lame by Peter and Paul, which is, Jesus also healed the lame. And like Jesus, the apostles also use words to heal, and they use their hands. Now, in some translations, Acts 5:12 and Acts 14:3 and Acts 19:11 will obscure that the use of the Greek word for hands is there, and they'll just say performed. But in Greek, it mentions that the hands are the means by which something is performed. So the healing activities, these signs and miracles, are done with their hands. But also another thing about Acts is that faith, the faith of those who are healed in the book of Acts is not as significant as it is in Luke. So while Jesus oftentimes refers to people's faith as being one of the reasons why they might heal, not always, but one of the reasons, in the book of Acts, it's not because people have faith that they get healed. Several people are healed who are not exercising any kind of faith. So healing is something that is on offer to those who may not believe, and yet this demonstration of this healing is an indication that divine power and authority resides with the apostles. So a little bit of an insight then to the way in which Luke wants to talk about healing in Acts.